Good morning and the luck of the Irish to you. Will you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next up, we have a set of minutes.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion we approve the minutes from our March 3rd, 2025 meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Accounts payable.
Mr. President, I move that we approve the accounts payable from March 5th to March 17th, 2025.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the accounts payables. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Payroll.
Mr. President, I would move that we approve payroll for March 14th, 2025.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the payroll. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. All right, area plan. Amanda?
Good morning. So this contract is a part of a grant program that NDOT has for counties that don't have a large enough population to have their own transportation planning staff. We've been doing traffic counting with Carroll County annually since 2011. We hire a contractor each year to do the field work of setting up the traffic counters. Total cost of the contractor is $10,075. We'll get reimbursed by NDOT and Carroll County, both, for the contractor's work, plus the staff time it takes to plan the program, analyze the data, and so on. Tim would be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Mr. President, I move for approval as outlined.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve this contract agreement. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Stewart?
Good morning. A few items. First item this morning is a reimbursement contract with NDOT. This is for typical situation. The last project they did on State Road 26, the new culvert, our County Road 650 West was part of the detour. There was a lot of hauling. There was some localized damage, and the contract allows then for payment to us of $11,884.95.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion we approve the reimbursement from NDOT for the unofficial detour.
Second.
Motion and second to approve this reimbursement. All in favor say aye. Opposed? That passed.
Second item in that grouping I just dropped off is for County Road 500 East. It's a warranty deed for parcel 30 for Chia LLC. Land is valued at $27,850.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion we approve the warranty deed for the County Road 500 East project.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the deed. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
And the next item is a permit to close or restrict a road. It's for the Wyandotte Elementary 5K fundraiser to be held on Friday, May 2nd. It's an annual event that you've approved in the past. The route goes from the school up the drive to 550 South to 500 East, down to McCarty, back around to 50 South. All the runners will be on the shoulders, behind cones, and the sheriff has reviewed and approved the plan.
Mr. President, I move for approval.
Second.
Motion and second to approve this permit closing. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Passes.
And the last item there is a drainage easement along Round Table Drive. That's simple.
Mr. President, I move for approval.
Second.
Motion and second to approve this easement. All in favor say aye. Opposed? That passes.
Thank you.
Stacy?
Morning.
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 Our first item on the agenda is the commercial lease agreement for our Gateway to Hope program to operate out of 2300 Ferry Street. This was an existing lease that we did an addendum to for your attorney.
Yeah, and part of it is it combines, it extends the lease for another year, and then it came in kind of odd. It was a lease and then an MOU. It sort of combines those so that the square footage all matches up under one uniform agreement. And then I don't know if the rent changed any, but it sets the rent for the combined.
It's lower now. It went from 4,400 to 4,000. So.
Mr. President, I move for approval of the addendum to the commercial lease agreement for the Space Health Department's utilizing for SSP at 2300 Ferry Street in the amount of $4,000 per month.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this lease agreement. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Position modification?
Next thing on the agenda is we would like to eliminate one of the Health First Indiana funded positions for a public health nurse and create a medical assistant full-time. That did pass through WIS on 3/7, and then it passed the Personnel Committee on 3/11. Came in as a COMOT 2.
And what is the public health nurse? What is it?
They were supposed to focus on vaccinations, but we actually got a general fund nurse in addition. They're really hard positions to find with those credentials, so if we can scale back one, that'll be helpful.
I mean, was it a Comet 2
No.
as well?
It was a PAT 4.
PAT 4,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you. Mr. President, I'll make a motion, we eliminate the public health nurse PAT 4 and create a medical assistant Comet 2 position.
Second.
Motion is second to approve these two position modifications. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. You want to go ahead and talk about silence?
Yeah, the last thing is we would invite anyone and all to the Send Silence Packing Labyrinth that we are having at Ivy Tech. This, again, is to bring awareness for mental health, and it's a suicide awareness campaign as well. If the weather is not cooperative, we are going to move it indoors, but it's Thursday, the 20th, from 9 to 4.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for that information. Tina, perfect timing. Community Corrections.
Good morning.
Morning.
So this is a contract or a request to sign a contract for Elite. They are the company that we used last year for our qualifications, and we would like to use them for defensive tactics this year also. They are LEA certified, so this will be a step in the right direction moving forward.
Mr. President, I would move for approval of the contract with Elite Training and Consulting in the amount of $10,500.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this contract. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rebecca, Youth Services.
Good morning. We've created an addendum or amendment for our juvenile community corrections funding from unexpended funds, and we want to channel that into our school justice partnership. So these are 4 contracts that will help, 3 will help improve school culture and environments, and then 1 is for our app that law enforcement uses for resources and to connect parents and families to services in our community.
Mr. President, I would move that we approve the first one for Rachel's Challenge in the amount of $20,200.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this contract. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes.
Mr. President, I would then move that we also approve the contract for Strategies for Youth Services in the amount of, looks like it was $7,000.
Yep. I'll second that.
Motion is second to approve this contract. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes.
Mr. President, I'd move for approval of the Willowstone Family Services contract in the amount of $19,200.
Second?
Motion and second to approve the Willowstone contract. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
Mr. President, I'd move that we approve the Peace Learning Center contract in the amount of $3,500. I think the agenda says $3,200,
Oh, I'm
but the
sorry, that's my
document
error.
says $3,500.
Thank you.
Second?
Motion and second to approve this contract. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Some grant funding.
Thank you for catching that error. I'm sorry about that again. The next one is for JDI grant funding. We've had turnover in our tutors and tutoring coordinator in our project with Jeff High School. So we have a new tutor contract and a new tutoring coordinator contract.
Okay. I'll make a motion, we approve the JDI tutor in the amount of $24 per hour.
Second?
And that's Eric All.
Eric, how do you say the last name?
I think Commissioner Byers said it perfectly.
All?
Yes.
Okay, motion and second to approve the grant funding contract with Eric All for tutor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
And I'll make a motion, we approve the JDAI tutoring coordinator, Jackie Vega, at a rate of $25 per hour.
Second?
Motion and second to approve that contract. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. All right, resolution.
Let me get this one. Yeah, this resolution has to do with opening bids for the Buck Creek and Colburn wastewater project. The timing of the bid openings, and I believe, well, one, the timing is not convenient to a regular commissioners meeting, and two, I think our advisors have suggested that separate dates for bid openings will likely get us the best deal, or at least that's the hope. In any case, there's no requirement that you open them at a Board of Commissioners meeting. You have to open them publicly. This might be overkill to have the resolution, but just so you dot your i's and cross your t's, it authorizes Commissioner Brown to receive the bids and open them at a public meeting.
And those meetings would be the 15th, 16th, and 17th of April at 10 a.m. here. And then the plan would be to have a recommendation by the engineering group brought back to the commissioners' meeting, I think, on May 5th, if memory serves me correctly. So with that, I would move for adoption of Resolution 2025-08-CM.
Second.
Motion and second to approve this resolution. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Sharon, grants.
Morning.
Morning.
This morning, I'd like to ask permission to apply. The probation and community corrections would like to apply for the 2026 DOC funding to cover their upcoming fiscal year.
So moved.
Second?
Motion and second to grant permission to apply. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Passes.
Veterans Court, under Circuit Court, would like to support the calendar year 2026 PSC grant through the Indiana Supreme Court to assist with the supplies and needs for this successful program.
PSC.
Oh, they changed it. I knew you were going to ask me this, and I didn't write it down. I don't remember what it's Public Service Court, maybe? They changed the name of it, but
So moved.
thank you, Brian.
Second.
Motion and second to grant permission to apply for the circuit court. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
The Sheriff's Office would like to apply for the Comprehensive Highway Injury Reduction Program, known as the CHIRP funding, for 2026 to provide overtime for patrol duties during the statewide blitz.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second to grant permission to apply for the sheriff. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Passes.
And finally, the Health Department would like to ask permission to accept a grant for Gateway to Hope to receive funding from the Tippecanoe County Drug-Free Coalition in the amount of $19,000 to cover the peer support coaching and community nalox boxes.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second to grant permission to accept for the Health Department. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Problem-solving court.
Thank you.
No, we don't have that one either. Okay. Okay, any unfinished or new business need to be brought before the board? Seeing none. Reports on file, the clerk of the circuit court, Tippecanoe County Public Library, Tepmont/Wintech, Wabash River Heritage Corridor Commission. Those reports will be in the commissioner's office for the public viewing. Any public comment? Seeing none,
Mr. President, I would move we adjourn.
meeting adjourned.